Oh,
Dude,
yes, it
this
is
has become
Manwai.
this has become one of my my favorite intros you did.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love Place Boing. He always knocks it out of the park. Yeah, there was a time when I remember he was doing, I think it was during the election with Hillary Clinton and Trump. Um, he was doing a lot of like Hillary Clinton stuff, and they, like YouTube, just smacked him down hard. So he got pretty discouraged. I think it really took the wind out of his sails, even though there was
At
no
least he's still.
reason for it. It was just kind of, it made her look goofy, which was, let's face it, really easy to
Mm,
do. And
I
yeah,
was gonna say, at least he's still alive.
yeah, he's still cranking out some stuff. So um, yeah, it's why Monday,
Hmm.
man.
And why not?
Why not? Say hello to some people in the chat. Got
What's
Drawing
up, Ace?
Aces, Solion's in here. Yeah, if you guys
What's up,
can
Soul?
share it out.
By
I
the
gotta
way,
do.
the chat is still privated.
Oh, okay. I'll take care of that. Share it.
So yeah.
So what
By the
what have
way,
you been up to, man? You've been busy. Well, you're always busy, but you're cranking out a lot of stuff right now.
yeah, I've been I just finished most of the original 9x12 for the Bloodhunt campaign. They're all leaving. The rest of them are leaving. I just have the 11x17 finish. And Tales from the Adverse 88%. Pretty cool.
Nice, dude. That's really. It's got to feel good to be, to be on top of it, to be that solid. Um,
It's fun to see the support that I have.
yeah,
Like we're almost at $3,000. I was
yeah.
not
Let's
asking,
let's check it out. Let's check out that campaign, shall we?
and I really hope that we get to that 20K there before the end of the second month. Because I'd like to get that swimsuit special Ashcan.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Um,
Especially that that swimsuit special. It's not just gonna be pretty pictures. It's gonna be like funny moments. Maybe vacation, a funny moment in an adventure or something.
right.
But all sexy.
Where is it? You got a promo for that?
Mm-hmm.
Where's
Wait,
that at?
it's in the right there when you reach the 20K. Not versus swimsuit special Ashcan.
Nice.
And the first one lined up, it's Canales, Figaro, and Carla. I
Very
also
cool.
have Russ, Vinny, Joe Ball, Passion. They're all on the list, and the more we make money, the more I add them.
All right. Badass, dude. Are these gonna be? Is it just like CG based characters, or what's the premise for the swimsuit?
This one's an adverse swimsuit special, so
Okay,
you
so
can,
it's all characters from the Netverse.
yeah, but you can be expecting either cameos or little, Easter eggs of their own characters. I don't mind. But the idea is to have the network because it gives us the ability of just creating any world we want. That's the fun part of Nadverse. It's we can create a planet for it if we want.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah, we got to set up a show so we can really dive into Netverse. Um,
Be great.
yeah, I can't believe we haven't done that already. What the hell?
I'm gonna put when we get there. I'll pull out some of the original work that I did back then because I still have a lot of the concept art from 2009 all the way to now. So I could pull out a few things for the show.
Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, just let me know, man. Let me know what day works for you when you'd like to do that. Um, let's see if we can get some folks on in here.
Yeah.
So,
I was going like everything was done and I was going like over the pages. When what we do, we just go over the pages before going, okay, let's start coloring. And then I'm like, huh, that panel needs a little bit of tweaking. Then you redraw that panel.
right.
And then that panel, oh, need tweaking that one. So
Yeah, I
just to
mean,
show people
and
this is what I'm doing.
you're talking about work that you've done a little bit. Anytime you're looking at work you've done in the past, it's really tough to not do that.
But that's the thing. It's with the new story, Nat and Zed. Like that story was started like the first 2-3 pages like a while back. So I re-inked the entire thing, redrawn it technically, right?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to keep a style that still looks like it, so you don't get too much of a clash. But for Nat the Merc, I'm taking my time, as you've seen the pages.
Yeah.
Let me pull one out. Like I'm doing Tales from the Natverse 1 and 2 before Nat the Merc comes out because I want to take more time on the actual series. Let's not show you the entire files.
Come on.
You know, I want to give you like, you know, premieres and shit, but you know, cannot open a file with all the pages in it.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be good.
Just give me a sec, trying to put out a new page that I'm working on.
And just as a reminder, Charlie's London was the winner of the pitch contest a little while back. That's why I've got a banner up for that book, and there's a link in the description below. Anyone definitely check. That's going to be a really, really great project. Can't wait
The
to
Charlie
see that.
Chaplin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, looks great. And I'm a big fan of Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
I watched
dude.
all his movies, all of them.
How you doing, Gargoyle?
Hail. Doing
Hail.
fine.
Good.
You know what else is still available?
Runes
What's
of Ragnar.
that?
Sim said
Is
it
it?
himself. Runes of Ragnar.
Is it still
The Temple
available?
Smith
Shit,
cover.
Oh, right. Yeah, and I will be. I've got a fair number of I've got more of that cover, the single issue. It's the first issue of the series. I don't know exactly how many I have. Maybe 80, 90. I will be finding ways to get those to people, maybe as prizes, or might make them available on the campaign I run with Ink Spots. We'll see.
Mm.
Unfortunately, I don't have the other 3 issues. I don't have quite as many. Maybe 50.
Will
So
you
I've
do
got,
a
like-
remaster with ink spots?
It would be interesting to revisit that series. It was a lot of passion went into it. I still really like the concept.
Yeah, I keep telling him, dude. I want on. I want him to bring it back, and I want to be on. Let's go.
Yeah, I think there could be a lot of collaboration with it, and
Freaking Vikings.
there was, the cool thing about doing that is there were quite a few mistakes I made just in how the book is presented. Even the title of it, I would probably change. So having been through it already, there are a lot of things I could do to probably improve the reception. How you doing?
So what I'm showing right now is one of the new page from Nat the Merc. That's not Tales from the Natverse.
Ooh.
That's Nat the Merc.
Nice.
Oh, I'm going that much into details. Bang, you're dead. Fuck you. And big motherfucking bomb.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, definitely sign up for the Ace mailing list. I think Solion was dropping some links for you in there.
Yeah, hail Soul Lion.
Yes, indeed.
Gotta
So-
hail all the ranchers, man. Always. They do the Lord's work.
That's right. So, an interesting. Are any of you here familiar with Owen Benjamin?
Who?
Owen
Doesn't sound
Benjamin.
familiar.
Nope.
He was so this guy was a comedian. Really kind of rose up to the highest level as far as that goes. He was doing shows at the Improv. Starred in several movies. Was on a sitcom for a few years, and then he had the audacity to stand up to the narrative regarding basically the whole transgender transitioning thing with kids, as far as it, getting kids on hormones early. He actually called someone out and said this is basically child abuse, and really stood up against it. Got himself blacklisted. They just, and I think there's a lot of parallels with his story and and CG. The same reasons so many of us kind of found CG and got into this was this same kind of shit. You know, he was called everything under the sun, a Nazi, a bigot, just had his entire career torn to the ground. And his response was, okay, well, this is a closed door now, so I'm gonna make my own path. Started a YouTube channel, went out, got himself a piece of land, just started homesteading, like has goats, chickens, alpacas, ducks, growing all kinds of food, and still doing comedy wherever he can. I mean, sometimes it's in a barn, an airplane hangar, selling out shows, still kicking ass.
Kevin and Keith do that too. The Hodge twins.
Yeah, exactly. You know, this is it. These are the options, man. You can just let this kind of thing just tear you down and live in despair for the rest of your life, or of course, you always have the options of taking a knee and doing whatever they tell you to do. But certain people just aren't. They're not built for that. They're not going to do it. Owen Benjamin is one of those.
Yeah, but
And
we
I
fight
don't.
what we fight with the tools, with the weapons and the tools that we have, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think I came across him maybe 6-7 years ago, and really got into it. He does these long live streams. It just kind of off the cuff, drops all kinds of knowledge. Has grown a lot over the years, and like I stopped listening to him maybe 2-3 years ago, and recently just reconnected with it, and the guy is just so based, man. It
Was
really.
it open and Nimmer situation?
What's that?
His best friend that he stood up for, he literally got caught with stolen valor, and during that time, Owen Benjamin was blocking a lot of his fans that were like, "Dude, this guy is literally lying. He was never a captain of the Marines." And
Indeed, yeah. I mean, again, like I said, and the thing about him is that he's just an open book, and he's really authentic. So, and he's quite passionate. So, like people have watched him make a lot of mistakes, but he's loyal to people. If someone's his friend and they work together, he has a very deep sense of loyalty to that, and I think that blinded him to what people were trying to tell him and warn him about. Obviously, it came to fruition, and he had to like part ways with the guy. You know, it's amazing, but like
he exposed Joe Rogan. I agree.
Oh yeah, he's a master of breaking spells. Like this guy really, I'm not, and he's the first to tell you.
Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan has this certain ground where he's not as center as he considers himself. He tries to straddle Hollywood's balls as subtly as he can. He pretends he's this what's the word for it, Rot? I'm not a skeptic.
Right. Okay.
A center skeptic, but he's not. He is left leaning.
Yeah,
And
no question about it.
when it comes to Hollywood and his money, he will appease. Which, yeah, he'll feed his children, but look where it's getting him. A lot of his stuff is, a lot of his interviews aren't credible, particularly the Jack Dorsey one.
Correct. Yeah, and this is the problem when it's something I wanted to talk about too is, anytime, anywhere where you're not independent, anywhere where you're not self-sustaining, and you have to rely on something else, an institution or another entity, these are weak points. These are points that can be exploited. So the more of those you have, the weaker you're going to be. So Rogan is someone who, no matter how hard he tries to present a certain image or what he is, he has those weak points that can be exploited really easily. And when push comes to shove, he's going to take the knee. That's the way of the world. That's how the world is set up. The thing, like with someone like Owen Benjamin, he's removed all those weak points. They've made him, by doing what they did, and this happens more often than I think that side would care to admit. They've created a beast. They've literally created someone who is now fully independent, has no reliance on any of the bullshit, and is completely free to do what he's doing and to say whatever he wants to say. And that's powerful. It's really powerful.
Yeah, I would want to ask somebody who's not familiar with him, what's his overall point? Is he trying to drive something through? Because, with all the respect, like Rogan does have his left leaning.
Right.
To be honest, the last I've listened to Owen Benjamin, he was kind of in connection associated with Vox Day.
Yep.
And he had a lot of anti-Semitic stuff, particularly against Jews, and is falling out against his best friend, against Eric Nimmer. I don't know if it's true or part of his comedy routine, because he always has that song, "The N-word stole my bike."
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is there's no sacred cows. It's like when we take an entire group of people and say they're off limits, you cannot make jokes about them. It gives that group tremendous power.
Oh,
it's like it's like a shield, and he's like, you can't have that. A comedian cannot have those barriers. If you're gonna make fun of one people, you have to make fun of all people. Yep. So he doesn't shy away from it. And yeah, of course, it's just like, what has ComicsGate been called? Right? A hate group, Nazis, fascists. They're gonna throw those words at you, and does Owen Benjamin push the line? Does he really challenge that shit? Yeah, way more than CG ever did. And they're going to throw those words at him. Does it make it true? I think we know better. He has a lot, you don't have to agree with. This is the thing I think I'm learning too, is you don't have to agree with everything somebody has on tap. They can still be base. And what he points out a lot is, I might be wrong, but I'm not lying. And what he means by that is he might make a mistake. He might be wrong about something in the moment, and he will fully own that being wrong if he finds out he was wrong. But at the moment, he's not lying to you. This is what he feels about a given topic or theme or whatever it might be in the moment. So it's okay to be wrong. Just don't lie to people. Don't knowingly lie to people. Like, there's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what's up, Dave?
Dave, how you doing?
I was just sitting here quietly taking it in because I came in blind. I was like, I wonder what the topic is. So far it's Joe Rogan, so about holy cow, and it's Owen dude. So I'm like,
it's mostly
okay.
The theme really is like being figuring out how to be a little bit more based in this kind of crazy world
I
we're
Googled
living
what
in.
that meant. I saw that and I Googled what based meant, and I was like,
well, again, Google can't really be trusted, can it, with information? What base means in the context of this show is there's like foundational truths in the world, and like things that don't, no matter how much bullshit you layer on top of it, there are truths that just remain constant all the time for being here, reality, being a human being, prospering, succeeding, having a healthy state of mind. There are base things that just don't change. So
yeah, you mean like 2 + 2 being 4?
Exactly. Yep. Right. And so like something Owen would probably say is like having a family is based, right? And what BLM, Black Lives Matter, one of their tenets is to break down the nuclear family. What the fuck is that? Why? Every piece of information we have shows that kids who grow up with a strong nuclear family are better off. They're stronger. They're better people. They have more success, right? So why would you want to destroy something like that? What would be the purpose?
Because it's a lot of interracial couples are marrying, especially progressive 2020, a lot of people a lot of people are in biracial relationships. You can't stop the progress.
Well, I don't.
I wouldn't mind that. I'd go for a nice hot black chick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't.
She likes some big white guy.
I
You know?
really think he's not really against that. He's not against that either.
No.
But here's the point: the Black Lives Matter are going to be hating on you because that black chick, you're fucking that black chick, and they're going to hate on that black chick for fucking you.
Sure.
I've been through this. I've dated a black woman, and it's kind of freaking weird.
Yeah.
It's one way is okay, the other way not so much.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. And obviously that's a big fucking barrel of nightmare opening that up, and it's complicated, obviously. But I don't know. I think I was like I said, I reconnected a little bit, been listening to some Owen Benjamin, and when it comes to like this COVID thing and this whole pushing fear, especially on kids, right? Like when he grew up, where he grew up, and during that time, they were pushing the whole, Russia's going to vaporize us all with nuclear bombs and whatnot. So you're a kid in school, and they like have you do this kind of shit, have you go under the desk, right? As if the narrative of a nuclear bomb that can vaporize everything in its path, like this is going to help. So what is this?
It wasn't just that. They were also like fearing that the Russian would just drop on us, like in that movie there.
Yeah, what, Red Dawn or whatever.
Yeah, dude, they made it. I'm in Canada. They made us watch Red Dawn in school.
Unbelievable.
I love Red Dawn. I used to see it all the time when I was younger. I used to love that movie.
So it's just. Go ahead.
I just don't understand the fear propaganda because mostly Russians work in the entertainment business and do production work. If you go anywhere, fucking Russians are in the police department right now in most major cities.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so, today it's always the point is that it's always, this is nothing new. All of this, like the world, we're at the end. Everything's a disaster. We live in this nightmare, right? And so today, now the kids have to go and wear masks all day at school, and it's just like making kids get under the desk. It's just constant fear. It's always something. There'll always be something. This is nothing new.
It's worse than that. You get the cops called on you for being in school on web camera. And you have a gun hanging on your fucking door, a BB gun, in your own house.
I highly recommend Shin-Su's book called The Art of War.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Answers a lot of this shit.
Yeah. It's just the more you can go down these rabbit holes and engage this shit all day long, and it's not going to get you anywhere. The thing about CG, I think CG is more based than the opposition by default, because at its core, what is ComicsGate doing?
Making money.
But when we're willing to ask questions, willing to have conversation.
That's true. But what makes the money? Like, why is it making money?
Making comics great again.
We're creating. Something's being created. There's an act of creation involved. The opposition's priority is tearing down, destruction, ruining things. That's their goal. ComicsGate wants to create the next big thing that's based.
It's like, the system needs to go down. What do we put instead? I don't know. I don't care. What?
They literally don't care, just so long as
social workers, aren't they?
They're in the position. Like, they don't even care if they're like, I don't even need to make money. I just want to be at the helm. It's at the helm of what? It's garbage. You've turned it into a pile of garbage. So congratulations, you're king of the garbage heap. Have fun with that. We're going to be over here making cool shit. So
but
CG
Rob,
by default.
How can you say that? How can you say that when you have a Galactus daughter getting pregnant?
Exactly.
I mean, they're clearly pushing the envelope. I mean, with stories like that. I mean, Kitty Pryde is bisexual now. You know,
Oh,
just,
yeah,
they're
that's
really just
such
breaking all
bullshit,
barriers
man.
and just, you know,
Yeah.
Marvel
Seriously,
setting the
awesome.
trends like they used to in the '60s.
I just want to see fucking Colossus now have a 3-way with a transparent girl and him jizzing on pair of titties
Yeah.
with fucking
I-
chrome cock.
Don't worry. First it was Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey. Next is going to be Colossus, Iceman, and Kitty Pryde.
You know what?
God.
You know?
I reckon if you Google that shit, you'll get some weird fan fiction that comes up for that.
Oh yeah,
if
no
that's your
doubt.
kind of thing. It's just
Yeah.
fucking, it's ridiculous.
man,
And I'm still a Marvel reader, unfortunately.
Why?
So, because,
Are you looking forward to Galactus visiting Planet
He likes
Parenthood?
to bring up this shame every time he's on.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. I like to. No, because I'm hybrid CG. I'm special. You see.
Is
But-
it flagellants?
Just wait until Galactus goes on Maury to find out who the baby daddy is.
Oh God.
Well, we need our British ripoff of our boy Zach. So thank you, Bristolian Dave, for that.
It's alright,
song.
mate. It's alright. It's what I'm there for. Except I don't quite make stuff like Zach does. But yeah, no, I only still read because amongst the piles and piles of shit, you find a good thing every now and again. And I don't know. I think I'm just a glutton for punishment. But then it makes me appreciate CG books so much
Yeah,
more.
I mean, you can make that argument about Disney. You can make that argument about any of these woke
Yeah.
companies. You gotta cut them off. Like
Oh, mate,
I've learned,
tried.
like I
I've
love
tried.
DC. I love DC. You know, I was digging the New Age of Heroes books. You know, Silencer, Damage, but the moment Jeff Lemire started making declarations about ComicsGate, I'm like, nope, I'm out.
Dude,
I can't have
Yeah.
be 50-50 either. I rock with it or I don't.
They won't
think I'm
listen
a
to
bit
you.
more-
They won't listen to the fans, but they'll listen
No.
to the wallet.
But
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit more resilient because I got into comics about 10 years ago, which I think is around the time things started
Yeah,
going
probably.
more woke.
Right.
So I think I'm a bit more resilient to all the fucking bullshit that comes out these days.
Yeah.
Because I'm only I turned 28 last week, you know. So I'm young-ish, kind of.
Oh yeah. Well,
compared to
I
some
I
of the
was.
people there, I think.
No,
Yeah.
dude, you're almost 30. Quit
Oh,
pretending you're a
Nah,
baby.
you've
Yeah,
got
you
your
got,
years.
you got 2 more years and that's it. All downhill after that.
That's it.
How you doing, Michael?
I'm good. Just saw the link. Came in.
Nice. Good to have you. Stephanie Renee is. It looks like. I'm assuming he's talking about his book. Thomas
yeah, I saw that on
Moira.
Twitter.
So this is what maybe a comic
I'll
book.
send you the link on Twitter. It's quite interesting actually. It was a retailer that was
Yeah.
questioning him about his book, and basically says he can't back it because he's got customers that will be offended on. I'll send you the
Too
tweet, mate.
controversial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, that was the wording.
Good art, good story is controversial, man.
Right, I'll send it to you, mate. It's on your Twitter DMs. I'll have a look. It's quite
Batman-
interesting actually.
Batman's ween is perfectly fine, but it's ComicsGate. Holy whoa!
Next time, just
Back off.
Next time, just add a panel with your character eating a hot dog and saying, "This mustard sounds like tastes like bigotry." You know, that's it. You'll get them with that. You know, just be like, "Hey, look at this panel I have in the book."
The thing is with that guy as well who redacted his book, he said the book looked quality, but
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
because it's a ComicsGate book, it's too
Yeah.
controversial. I'm like, look, if it's a good book and then people buy it, isn't that the point? Surely.
Yep.
Oh yeah, as a retailer, that should be the only fucking point. But no,
Yeah.
sorry, your quality comic book that clearly I could sell easily to many of my customers. I'm not going to carry it because some kind of fake internet mob that has no power or actual say in anything says that you're bad. This is where we're at. It's the kind of cuckery, man, that we've got to move past this shit. And that's kind of why I'm talking about like getting back to the fundamentals of shit that's real. We got to just push all this nonsense out of our lives and get down to business, creating shit, building shit, making connections, things that will last. These retailers are committing suicide for nothing, for no reason, because they're pussies. To be
That's
quite
all right.
honest.
The 46 copies of Taskmaster #1 will save them.
Right. Yeah, the next lineup with 100 variant covers, that's going to do the trick.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Comics are saved.
The
Hallelujah.
Iceman and Kitty Pryde coming out.
Remember that
#1
X-Sword
is
there?
gonna be really.
X-Sword at 25.
The new Avengers video game is really awesome.
Oh yeah,
So
what
it's
is
something I would
what
come
is?
up with when I was 10.
Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, I wasn't really saying anything. I was just sort of laughing with the gargoyle, but yeah, it's just sort of funny seeing all these, all these, sort of sad seeing all these retailers. It's like you have clear chance to make a lot of money on these books, but you're giving away in the hopes that you'll be accepted by the woke mob who will not even buy your shit because if they don't buy shit.
Exactly. What?
They don't want to riot in their stores.
It's so stupid. Like you think, like especially with some of the smaller creators that are just starting out their first Indiegogos around, some retailers latched onto it. I'm expecting that those smaller creators would probably give quite a good discount to them for them buying like 5-10 books to try and sell in their shop. So
Yeah.
the options
Some
are there,
campaigns have it built right into their campaign, like a bulk buy. They could definitely sell the books. They could definitely be doing that. But they're going to side with the companies that have been exploiting them for decades, abusing them. They're going to side with that side of the fence. Why? Why are you siding with your abuser? Is this some kind of Stockholm syndrome or what? Have you fallen in love with your captors? What's going on here?
It's Star
They did
Fever.
the same thing with when Diamond, when DC went away from Diamond. All of a sudden, all these retailers started going nuts. I'm like, Diamond treated you like trash. Or are you defending them? Like, you should be happy somebody's looking for alternatives, but they've been so beaten down, they don't know another way. Anything that challenges the model that's barely keeping them afloat, they go against. It's really self-destructive stuff.
All these stores that complain like that about DC moving away from Diamond that just got absolutely lazy. All they wanted was one website they can just click on, make their orders, and that's it. Like they didn't want any competition to try and get some better prices, between distributors for the books. It's just it makes you think, like, do these guys actually want a business, or do they just want to virtue signal and all this shit all the time?
And I'm just sort of wondering how many of these store owners will complain about capitalism.
All of them.
Right. Do they have their little BLM signs in the window? Just hoping they'll pass them by and won't burn their shit down. Guess what? They're gonna burn your shit down. They already have. In a metaphorical sense. It's just, guys, get off your knees, get off your fucking knees, and run your business the way it should be run. Like, you gotta stop this shit. We gotta stop being so weak. And I'm speaking to myself here too. When I'm speaking like this, I'm not coming from a place of like I'm doing it right. I'm coming from a place of like realizing that I need to do these things for myself as well. Like, I don't know.
I completely agree with you. Like I had to take a long look at myself and what am I doing? Like even if me not supporting DC doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, I know I can have a clear conscience by not giving them a penny of my hard-earned money. And that I've kind of started to phase out Disney, phase out DC, phase out Marvel, phase out all these things. Like, do I need this? What does this benefit? And if it helps them put out one SJW comic and me not supporting them, I'll take that. Enough of us, if enough of us cut them off, they'll put out less books. That's a win for us, as far as I'm concerned. So I've had to look at, over the past 5 years since I've been around CG, I've definitely made it a point to see, like, what can I do? Even if it's something small, start cutting some of this stuff off and make like a real statement as much as possible. And if enough of us do that, it'll start taking a toll. Even if they have to cut their comic book lines, that means one less SJW writer gets hired, one less editor gets hired.
Just to
You
show,
know, it all adds up.
just to show how the money
Absolutely.
talks. They're not making money off the new books, but they're all selling. They're making a lot of money. All their money is invested in those omnibus from the old books. They're all reprinting all the Jim Lee shit, the Mark Silvestri shit. That's what all their market is. They're selling trade paperbacks now. They're not making
yeah.
money and they're not investing money
Right.
in their new product. They're selling the old ones.
Right.
They're even doing that with their Birds of Prey DVD sales. You know those stupid fandom boxes they were selling?
And
They
one of
come
the
with-
stupid and one of the stupidest things they think is they hired a shitty fucking artist to go redraw over Michael Turner's butts.
Oh God, that was
So they
Michael
go
Turner?
back and edit
What?
books, dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
No
trust me.
way.
We lost our minds when we found out about that, man.
Dude, I
rented
was
them
wow.
out
going nuts for
couple weeks.
months.
Oh shit.
They went back and edited all those Superman and Batman thing and all this work that he did because you know the G-string type of thing, so they had to redraw the butts to lower down the underwear and make it less sexy. And they hired somebody that can't draw butts.
That's
like,
disrespectful.
Wow, man.
You go change
That's-
people's art, dude. It's fucking you don't do that shit.
So that's why you go and you find the first print run of some seller on eBay, and you have nothing to do with anything, coming straight directly from Marvel or anybody associated that sells Marvel stuff, and just cut them off.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I think it is like, taking that step, removing your cash flow from these companies is a huge step, and I'm in the process too. It's like I'm pretty addicted to having things to watch with my lady, and it's like, but I'm looking at the things Netflix is doing, and all these streaming services, man. I'm pulling the plug. It's like, and at the end of the day, here's what's going to happen. It's going to hurt. It might be tough a little bit when we're like, hell, we've got literally nothing to watch right now. You know what? We're going to find something better to do. Probably spend more time doing productive shit. Get into things that are actually beneficial to both of us. Better
Yeah, who
ways
knows?
to
We might
spend our
even
time.
put out
It's
a
like-
comic
you.
book.
I watch
might
old
even put out
I watch
comics.
old I watch old movies and draw comics.
Yeah, it's like it may seem painful initially, like you're giving up something, but you're gonna, if you just follow through with it and stay the course, you're gonna form better habits doing something better with your time anyway. So you're gonna win in the end. It's all beneficial. So all of this, it's just a blessing in disguise. Keep fucking up. Keep pushing us to the point where we have to pull the plug on all your shit. It's all beneficial to us in the end. So keep up the good work,
It's already
Yeah,
happening.
man.
That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead, Ace.
No, like I said, all that money that I've saved not supporting Marvel or DC, I funnel it right back into CG, and I can support Sim and Michael and all these other great creators. So
Yeah,
it's
dude.
it's not a waste. I'm gaining.
Yeah.
And getting first off, I'm clearing my conscience, so I
Yeah.
can sleep at night, and I can rip all these comics without a care in the world, because
Yeah.
they hold nothing to me. But I also get to support creators that I believe in. So that's a win-win.
Big time, man. I mean, how much better does it feel when you click that button as a backer on a ComicsGate project for an independent creator? Like, you get that sense of like, I'm not just getting something cool out of it, I'm making it possible for somebody to do what they love. It's like there's such a different vibe to it. It's so much better.
Yeah, when I get that Gemini mailer in the mail, that's one of the best feelings. I'm like, ooh, what's this? Which
Yeah,
campaign's next? You start kind of like getting excited, and you're trying to figure it out. Then you look
Yeah.
at all like the cool stuff, the little trading cards. I'm a big like trading card guy. Prints, all this kind of cool stuff. You can spend all day just looking at these little packages and going through the art, and it's a blast, man. It's a lot of fun.
It's kind of cool where you're going in the mailbox too.
Yeah. Lucius is in the chat. He's letting everybody know Monday Night Fluffa is happening tonight on his channel. And it comes to you at the very low cost of free. So, yeah. I'll probably be hanging out with friends. Not sure if Inkspots is going to be. Man, this guy endured some serious agony over the weekend. He broke a tooth.
Ooh.
And like I guess it got, he woke up with his face like ballooned, just fucking infection. So he's been in a lot of pain. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it, but
Yeah, been there.
hopefully he's going to be able to get that fixed. God,
Damn,
what
man.
it?
Everybody's having tooth problems.
Oh yeah.
Skids
Who
was saying his tooth died and had to do something about it.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's painful stuff, man. I've been really lucky in that department. Cause like both my parents had dentures like early on. I think my dad got dentures like in his late 20s. Like all his teeth gone. So why I have mine, I have no idea. But there you go.
I'm not going to talk about teeth. You know what British people's teeth are like. Not, all right,
That's
yeah. I didn't take care of mine when I was a kid, so I broke a tooth about 2 months ago. I have it taken out. That was fucking bad enough. I hate pain in my mouth. It's just not.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, like because there's nothing you can do about it, and it's
You know what they say? Said it's the worst pain because that's the type of pain. The tooth pain is the one that drives you insane.
Right.
Like that type of pain, it's like the migraine one. That's the other one. When you get a migraine, you get to the point that you want to bash your head in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, give me a pair of pliers, I'll take this thing out myself.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Mhm.
Yank this off.
Yeah.
And, I saw an article a while back that said that some dentists believe that the masks are actually causing more tooth problems because like you're getting like more dry mouth.
Yes.
People are breathing through the mouth more or something. So.
Yep. And it's their parents taking their kids to the doctor because they've got symptoms. They're sick. They of course have to take the nightmarish COVID test where they shove a Q-tip up to your brain. And then it comes back negative, and the doctor's like, well, actually, it's your kid having to wear a mask for 8 hours a day caused them to get sick.
Yep.
I'm like, oh yeah, here's this. Piss off. Thanks for that. So it's everybody knows that this is a bad idea, and you go outside, and 97% of people are still doing it. We have a problem. Not just in the U.S., but I think all over the world. We've gotten weak, man. We've got to stop being weak. We've got to stand the fuck up, and when something's bullshit, collectively we have to call it bullshit. We got to stop being pussified, man. This is a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to wear it anymore. I went to the farmer's market on Saturday, and it's an outdoor thing, and they have signs at all the entry, please wear a mask. But I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm done with this. And not a single sideways glance, not a mention of it. Nobody gave a shit. I would venture to guess that a lot of people were like, maybe I'll stop wearing this piece of shit. And that's all it takes, man. Just start. And I'm not drinking booze today. Partly because, again, I connected watching Owen Benjamin again. And when you watch someone that's really based and you can see how strong they are, how grounded, it makes you want to have some of that in your life. So I'm taking a break from alcohol. And also the place I buy it from makes me wear a mask. So you know what? You did me a favor. I'm not going to buy your liquor anymore because you make me wear a mask. And maybe I'll get more shit done. Maybe I'll stop making a fool of myself on the internet. So
it's a win-win situation, right?
It's a win-win. That's what we have to start realizing here is, while there's a lot of suffering going on, there's a lot of negative shit happening, there's also a lot of opportunity in this. There's a lot of opportunity for people to wake up to the nonsense, to maybe make form some better habits. Like, there's a lot to be done here. Like, we could really turn this thing around and improve our situation.
I think they realized that we were starting to enjoy and take advantage of the fact that we were connected more with our kids at home. That's why the first thing to come was, let's get them back in school away from their parents so we can continue the conditioning. We're like,
Yeah.
well, we fucked it up for a few months, you piece of shit.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. A lot of things happening because of this.
There's still people not working, but the schools are open.
Good.
Well, it was also bad when Call of Duty has Black Lives Matter everywhere, and then you got a kid screaming at you, calling you the N-word blatantly.
Solion does make a point. And this is Owen Benjamin is a big promoter. He does encourage people to stop jerking off to porn all day. I'm not going to argue with that point. I think it does. I think it does make you weaker.
It does give you some really bad, unreasonable expectations as well.
Sexual
Terrible,
advice.
Like you have the plumber come round, and it's like, well, the
he just
female
says it
plumber
like it
didn't-
is, man. If you, dude, one of the
sorry,
biggest
dude.
motivators.
I was a security agent, dude, and I had one of those fucking things where you're walking out on the floor and you have like a business party and you have 5 of those business lady coming out and going, "Want to come have fun?" And one of them's naked. Shit happens.
Right.
All I'm gonna say is girls like cum shots.
Sim used to put out his dirty stories.
What
know.
just happened?
Novel.
Hey,
Thanks, Solion.
Let's just say, dude, I was aware that I needed to have fun before I started having a serious relationship and kids. So I had fun.
Yeah, there's nobody's saying don't have fun, obviously, but like, sitting in a dark room looking at porn and jerking off all the time, nobody's going to argue that that's a healthy, good idea. Like, I don't think anybody's going to
be dark. Do it in a light room, man. Make you happier.
do it.
Whatever you want. If you want the lights on, go for it.
Just
Make sure you get that
at the
sunlight.
same time.
Just trying to paint a gloomier picture. Fucking
If it's more than once a day, you're having a problem.
Get someone else to do it. It's fine. Like, it's just
Well, and then there's the
sit on your
psychology
arm
of
for 10
like
minutes, and then it feels like someone else. It's all good.
one of the oldest motivators for men ever, for humanity of all time, is like, I'm gonna be a badass so I can get the lady. You have access to unlimited porn, and that drive, that motivation just evaporates, right?
But what if the thing that you want is so like unpleasurable that you don't want to deal with it anymore? Because I'm just making it's actually what Henry Cavill said. He
Okay.
doesn't want to date anymore. He got to the point that he doesn't want to date anymore because it's crazy.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
crazy chicks out there. So
Sure.
there's a lot of guys that are turning into like, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah. Well, someone like Henry Cavill that's a whole different reality he's dealing with, because how can you ever know if someone's authentically trying to connect with you as a human being, or they just want a piece of what you got? I mean, it's a little bit tougher for him.
You people have better access to prostitutes than we do.
Yeah.
That's
And,
the simple part.
I hear great things about Toronto's nightlife.
Montreal's Black Lives Matter Day. That's Toronto.
What the fuck?
So anyway, I don't, Owen Benjamin. I'm not saying Owen Benjamin is right for everyone, or that he has all the answers. He's not claiming to have all the answers. I just like that he had one pathway, his career, just completely shut down by SJW bullshit, and we're talking a long time ago. And instead of like wallowing in despair, he just went out and built a whole new life for himself. And I think you can learn something from this guy. If you don't like him, you don't like him. But you can find him on YouTube. Just search for Owen Benjamin. He's constantly getting kicked off YouTube, so he's always making new channels and popping back up. He doesn't let it phase him. He's fighting Patreon. Dude, we're talking about like 10, 15 grand a month of income just stolen from him by Patreon, just gone. But he won, I think, the initial case. I think he actually won. But he's still, how that shit goes. They drag it out and drag it out. So he's still fighting that. He's actually doing it. He's not just bitching about it. He's like, okay, well, I'm going to take you on, and I'm going to kick your ass. And that victory will probably translate into victory for a lot of other people who have been ripped off by Patreon. So, the guy's kind of a fucking legend, honestly.
Yeah. Harold Kami Mark.
Tommy Mark in the house. Dropping his spam. That's right. Hell, other dimensions. Correct.
Get on that wavelength.
Does anyone else on the panel have like something that kind of keeps them grounded? Something they like to, someone on YouTube or something they
White.
read? What'd you say? Snow White?
Keeps me grounded pretty well. Tried to jump once, didn't go well.
Because you know,
just,
it's
Every one of you son of bitches in ComicsGate.
that's that's valid. I think ComicsGate has helped me a lot through this this time, dude. It's like it keeps me focused on something other than all this bullshit, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think Zach was a really big turning point, pointing out a lot of this stuff that was kind of under the surface, and I wasn't really paying attention to that closely. And I think he has especially early on, like before he kind of went to like another phase of like his career, when he was just basically breaking down the industry and telling you all the stuff that his insiders were kind of privy to. Like that kind of stuff really made me take a long, hard look at specifically Marvel and everything that was going on there, and it kind of changed my whole mindset. So he definitely had a lot to do. I think that kind of insight is kind of missing these days. A lot of it has become like, let's get outraged about stuff, but nobody really kind of breaks it down as to why it's really a problem.
Yeah.
In the first place.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, and there's a lot of value in that, and there's also this side of it where like there's a lot of channels or YouTubers out there that will they're really good at showing you all these things, kind of waking you up to maybe some truths, but it's just there's only so much of that is valuable. Once you know something is okay, well, I've got it. I see what's happening there. I don't need to dwell on it every fucking day. Like, there's no value in that either. So it's like you have to, once you okay, I've come to this understanding. I get that. I don't need to keep looking at stuff that tells me the same thing over and over and over and over again. But it can be addictive going down that rabbit hole, I would say just find something to create and build. That's where energy is best spent. You never waste. If you're creating or building something, you're not wasting your time ever. Or getting good at something,
That's definitely something I've kind of gravitated to. I kind of got tired of just, being negative and kind of, all right, they're not putting out the comics that I want to see. What can I do?
Yeah.
Like I've been reading comics since I was young. Like there's a specific type of comic that I absolutely love to this day, now that I'm much older. Like, but that kind of stuff isn't being put out. What can I do? And that's what's kind of led to my project. It's kind of taking the stuff that I grew up on that I really cherish, and I kind of want to share with people. So kind of trying to bring that back. So that's what I've been focused on the last like 15 months.
Nice, man.
Or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hail.
Badass, dude. I think if we just spend our time building, creating, improving at something, that's time well spent. So it's like, let's stop giving these fuckers our money for just so they can spew propaganda at us, which we know even films that you might say are good. Maybe they're really entertaining. They're very good at what they do sometimes. They do get it right sometimes in the films, but they're still jabbing you with constant propaganda and bullshit, even in the good ones. It's like, just fucking go away. Let's do our own thing. Let's build our own shit and stop being reliant on these assholes for shit. Like, just tired of it. And I do think
advice.
I do think ComicsGate, when it comes to the crowdfunding platform, it's something eventually we're going to have to address.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know who owns Indiegogo. Does anyone know? Are they independent? Or are they owned by some bigger?
See if it's one simple Wikipedia search away.
Okay. But I can tell you that, like I was talking about before, if Indiegogo has any weak spots that can be exploited, if they're reliant on something or a bigger company, there will come a time where it will bend the knee and it will be a problem. Yeah, and maybe it's already happening. we got to make our, if we want to keep doing this and we want to strengthen ourselves where we're not reliant or have those weak spots, we're going to have to build the platform ourselves.
It already happened, because that's why I waited 4 months for my money. Because between the day I launched my second campaign and the moment I got funded, they changed the third party. They had to, the third party, for the money that they had, kind of let them go. They had to change because of something similar. I think it was Stripe or something.
Yeah, I mean, the less reliant we are on these scandalous companies that we know have agendas, the better off we're going to be. So I feel like we should preemptively start thinking about, okay, how can we make this happen? How can we build our own platform? And some people might say, well, we're going to lose that traffic, right? The people that just hit Indiegogo and find your comic and buy it. But let's be honest, that's not, how many sales are people getting from that really on Indiegogo? You're selling your comic because,
it was created by 3 guys.
3 guys, okay.
A German guy, Spanish guy, and a regular guy.
A regular guy. You mean a racist?
Don't know his name. You got Zelda, Ruben, Danny Ringelman, and then Eric Schell.
Okay. Well, hopefully they're strong and independent, and they're not, too reliant on outside sources. That would be cool.
Let's go.
Yeah,
they're fun.
Eventually, I give it 3 to 5 years. That's why I suggest everybody better get their books out, create a brand that you can sell on your own website. You can print through Amazon. You can put it on Etsy. You need to have other avenues ready.
That's why it's important to get behind the creators you like now, because they can build up and prepare for this shit.
Yep, and if you're a creator, have your shit together.
Was he Mexican or regular?
Was he a Mexican or a Mexicant?
How hard could it be to build a crowdfunding campaign platform? I know it's difficult, and I know that it would take some skilled individuals, but it's got to be possible.
It's legal wise, because you do have to have some lawyers, some legal aspect. You have some banking to do. So
yeah. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's just like I'm looking at the world. You look how things are going. We've learned a lot of lessons about how this shit goes down. We should prepare and make ourselves stronger by not being reliant on something outside of what we're doing.
You have to be careful, because there might be multiple people trying to do something similar, and make sure to check who's behind it,
right?
And if there's legal jabberish about being protected, and your money being protected, and your backers being protected.
Yeah, that'd be the main thing of where's the money? Where do you put that? Where's it stored? So make sure that nobody has access to it. It's in banks. It's insured. That's the actual creating the similar websites in Indiegogo would be easy. The actual stuff is, can you trust it when you put people's information? You're putting your card information. You're putting your bank information. Can you trust where that money's going? That's the hard part.
Do you trust it now? Do you trust where that info's going now? I mean,
I think Indiegogo's done a good job with everything, all things considered, the past couple years.
I would agree with that. But
they've at least built some trust.
Yeah.
Some of these new stuff that's popping up, I'm already looking at sideways. It's raising so many red flags, it's going off. I'm kind of like, you better trip over and quadruple check some of these new sites that are popping up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then another benefit to, if we could build our own platform, is it could be nonprofit in the sense that it pays the people required to maintain it, to build it and maintain it and keep it running, but it wouldn't need to make some big overhead profit for an overlord, right? It could just run at a nonprofit. The people who work on it are paid well, and that probably means that it wouldn't have to take, it could be a much lower percentage taken from the campaigns, so it could be more efficient that way.
Because one things that people don't know is when you're doing with Kickstarter and Indiegogo, you're getting the basic percentage, right? Charged to you, and that's technically for anything that would be like movies and this. They're not charging. If it would be for comic, the fees that they're charging you would be lower.
Mm.
Like it's a one price for all, But do we understand that a video game, a movie, or a bicycle or a motorcycle or some of those tech things, it's not the same rules.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
yeah. I don't know. Just some thoughts. I
it's
just
like,
want us to be independent, strong. I don't want us to have weaknesses. I don't want people to have to be worried about having to bend a knee down the road just to keep what they have, what they've built. It's a worry because we see it happen over and over again. So,
well, as long as the main guys don't turn on us, we'll be fine.
Especially that regular guy. Got to watch out for him. All right.
Dangerous.
Yeah. Did you want to show this time?
I'm just sharing my screen in case you want to show something.
Yeah, I think we're at that point. Again, if any of you have something base that you kind of tap into sometimes to just kind of remind you, that'd be cool if you want to share that. But yeah, let's do some promotion here.
It was more about drawing, but yeah, go back Tales from the Adversity. He's all primed up.
That's right. And we got a link to Tales from the Natverse down below. Yeah, we definitely want to get that to 20K so we can get that swimsuit ashcan for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, how can you not like a guy like that? He's a lovable guy. Come on.
Yes, indeed.
Back this comic today will solve all your problems. It will make you completely
That's
baked.
right. No need to be in the dark. No need to be in the dark or jerking off to porn once you have Tales from the Natverse.
Yeah, you don't need porn when you're done with this. You'll feel manly enough, and you'll be satisfied.
Lucius says, "It's man. Why? Can Rot tell me why flatter lives matter? They don't." That's the simple answer. I'm just kidding.
Let's call. Says I got this. Yeah.
No, I did. I've done my fair share of flats. I made money doing that for a while, and I flatted Runes of Ragnan, of course.
Of course.
But I also I flatted for Jay.
Dedicate a whole section of a page for your flats.
It was a behind the scenes page.
Don't matter. Look at my flats.
I'm so proud of my flats.
I did something in the book.
That's right. No, flatting is hugely important, man. It's a colorist needs that in a huge way. Inkspot's coloring cash grab, had some trouble finding a reliable flatter, but I think he's got that squared away. It's really important part of the process, no doubt. So that's why flatters' lives matter. Gargoyle, you got anything you want to shout out?
Oh, that Templesmith book is still available on Amazon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's not forget about that. Ace, what you got for us?
Oh, I have the Ace mailing list. It's live. Project should be dropping around January. I'm looking to have it fully finished. But if you sign up for the mailing list and you back the book, you will get a badass trading card exclusive done by the great Archsider. It's the little icon on the screen there. He did a great job with it. I'm working on putting the full trading card together, but it's a great piece. He completely killed it. He's got a great pinup for Tilt 2 also out, so go support him. But yeah, I would appreciate any sign-ups. We're going to be debuting some more exclusive art and different pages from the book and little sneak previews on the Hardline stream tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern on Zay Comics. So come hang out and support.
All right, nice. Yeah. And have I rinsed you up yet in the chat?
Yep, I'm drawing aces.
Okay, good. All right. Good. So feel free to drop that link in the chat. Bristolian Dave, you want to
Well-
pimp some Marvel books or?
Yeah. So, was it Miss Marvel? Is it the one that's got no? Fuck that shit. No, as always, follow me on Twitter, Bristolian Dave. Back all these guys, good group of guys. Get on the mailing list for Ace. After this stream, go to Russ's channel. I put the link in the description. He's currently streaming as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sweet.
Go on
Very
there
nice.
and tune in. Show
Yeah.
some love for Only Death Can Save Us.
Yes,
and if you
and
haven't
I.
seen
Yeah.
it, go watch Doodle and Chill. He was our guest yesterday.
Yeah, that was a
All
fun
right.
character. That was a fun character to draw.
Nice,
It's cool.
nice.
Really cool. It's
And
like
I
80s
think
inspired.
Comic Mark too has a stream in a couple hours. It's always a good time. Michael Beacon, what you
All right.
got here?
So I got 7 Legions. It is currently in demand, but it's also fulfilling on demand. So you can, if you back this now, you'll I'll be shipping it out today. So it's
All right.
Yeah. So the pitch is Azrael served the 7 Legions, a galactic peacekeeping force, for over 2,000 years until he had uncovered a plot to destroy them from within. But before he could warn the others, he vanished, leaving only his memories behind in the dreams of Hiko, an orphan born in feudal Japan's chaotic Sengoku era. Now Hiko must choose between fighting the war to save the family that took him in, or fighting the war to save the galaxy itself. So right now it's just got a just the basic perk, but you can do 2 add-ons. Well, I guess I'll have to stop right there. But but yeah, you can get a print pack that adds 4 prints. This is one of them.
Oof, damn, that's
Yeah.
sexy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. Shit,
there's
dude.
Yeah,
What size are those?
11 by 17.
No shit.
Yeah, and
Nice,
then
dude.
let's see, you got. Oops. Yeah, here's some of the art. This is by Henry Ponciano. He's the artist for Tinseltown by Alterna.
Yeah.
Got Pablo Romero art. He's doing a manga style
Yeah.
for the other half of the book. And each issue split into 2 halves. There's a self-contained story, which is drawn by Henry,
Yeah.
and then the continuing adventures of Hiko, which are done by Pablo Romero. And then here's another one of the prints you get with the print pack. And
Oh
this
yeah, I
is
remember
one.
that one.
Yeah, it's by. This was also by Pablo. You got this print here by Carl O'Rowe, which features the 3 main villains of the series. And there's another one by Narwhal that I don't think I have on here. I'll put that up eventually. But
So when you get there's just one whole pack that has all of these prints included?
yep, there's a pack
Nice.
of 4 prints, 11 by 17. And you can also add on a piece of original concept art, which will be drawn by me. And yeah, that'll be like owning the first time, like say Green Goblin was drawn, something like that. But it'll be like a character from my universe, of course. But yeah, it's characters
Very nice.
that will appear in future issues. So if you back that, you'll get a piece of collectible art and a little bit of a sneak peek at what's to come in future issues.
Badass, dude. Project looks great, and I can't.
Yeah,
God,
and
I
it is
backed.
very
I backed
limited.
enough projects at this point. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember if I did back this. I feel
Yeah,
like I
well-
might have, but I
Yeah.
need to. I'm gonna check and see because this
But
looks.
you would
top
already
notch.
have it if you did.
Yep, because
Would I?
Right here.
yeah, any
I
of
have
them,
mine, and it's really good.
yeah.
I haven't read mine. I got the cards, the bookmark, and the pin.
So the base pack comes with a 4-pack of trading cards, a bookmark drawn by Sim, colored by me, and a button pin. So yeah,
All right.
people
Okay.
are loving the book. People are loving the book so far.
We were
Nice.
talking
I'm
about
gonna have to
doing-
get. I guess I got to get on that, man. I must have
Yeah.
missed it. Fuck.
We were talking about doing a bookmark, and I'm like, I gotta draw that samurai guy.
Yeah. Great character, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
It's gonna
Great
be
character.
weird if I ever walk around in the casino and you're ever in Vegas and you see me walk around with your pin. You're like, yeah, you're wearing my mark. You stupid bitch."
You are now my slave.
Here's a free token, and that's the winning one.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank my panel for being here. I want to encourage everyone to get a little bit more base today, or whenever you can. Every day, wake up, roll out of bed, and maybe make a different choice. Again, I'm talking to myself here. Like, it's real easy to fall into patterns, to get into kind of bad cycles that we know are not good for us.
Yeah.
But it's also easy to just break that habit, do something new, make a different choice. It's not that tough.
Yeah, man. Well said. And if enough of us do it, it'll make a difference.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. And we're we're building this thing together. We're building this network. It's getting stronger all the time. People are we're really starting to understand. We're learning from mistakes. Everybody's campaigns are doing well. This is a really awesome thing to be a part of, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And I want to thank the chat for being here as always, and we will definitely see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Peace.